Rift's latest update sends the MMO underwater. Blizzard reveals more info on Heroes of the Storm. LEGO Minifigures Online opens beta signups, and a Jane Austen-inspired MMO heads to Kickstarter. These stories and more are on this week's episode of Free-to-Play Weekly. Grab your scuba gear. Rift's latest update, Song of Dreams, has players venturing to the depths of the Teleran Sea. Song of Dreams sees players returning to Ember Isle, a zone neglected by Tryon for quite some time. There are reports of expeditions being sucked beneath the sea, and the rise of a new underwater evil sets the tone for Rift's first attempt at water-based content. Feedback from players will influence the design of Rift's second expansion, Plains of Water. However, not everything in Song of Dreams is about getting your feet wet. Players can stay high and dry while participating in the Gifts of the Fae. During the Gifts of the Fae, Tryon will release revised level 60 versions of some of the community's favorite Teleran instances each week. Those that happen to be leveling might also want to replan their quest route, as the Iron Pike Peak Zone's quest requirements are being lowered. Players from level 27 through 35 can now participate in the Icy Peaks after coming directly from Gloamwood or Stonefield. Both minor and major adjustments for a large number of souls have been rolled out, and while all classes receive some attention primarily in the form of ability buffs, the majority of the balance changes affected warrior souls. Some of these changes even include complete ability reworks. For the full Rift 2.5 patch notes, be sure to check out the appropriate link in the description box below. During the opening ceremony of BlizzCon, game director Dustin Browder released some early details surrounding Blizzard's upcoming universe-crossing MOBA, Hero Brawler, Heroes of the Storm. Browder made it clear Blizzard wanted to present new challenges to players not found in the genre's current design. As such, Browder detailed several new battlegrounds, each more than just a map, but a story featuring its own characters and unique team objectives. In one map, Blackheart Bay, players collect cursed treasure in order to win over the local ghost pirate and cause him to rain down haunted cannonballs from his ship on your enemies. Other battlegrounds will offer summonable demons or the ability to transform one chosen player into a feared dragon knight. Playable characters span the entire roster of iconic heroes from all of Blizzard's IPs, including Kerrigan, Raynor, Tyrell, Diablo the Lich King, and even Pudge the Butcher. Beta signups for Heroes of the Storm are currently available through the beta profile settings on battle.net. BigPoint has introduced a new steam-powered dwarf to their ARPG Drakensang Online. The dwarf class uses his superior intellect and steam affinity to fuel rocket jumps and even set up an assortment of automated turrets. The dwarf class also happens to be a capable mid-range fighter, with access to explosive ammunition including rockets, bombs, shrapnel shots, and more. But perhaps the dwarf's greatest skill is his Iron Dwarf suit. When activated, the dwarf clads himself in full steampunk armor, allowing him to go toe-to-toe with enemies on the front lines of battle. The new class is scheduled to go live once Update 114 is released. At that time, all players with characters above level 35 can access the new class. Dragon's Prophet's latest update has added the MMO's first 10-man raid Dragonheart Temple, which features 5 boss fights. Even before the players had a chance to find out for themselves, developer Infernum spilled the beans on the first 4 boss encounters, all of which feature a legendary dragon. The 5th boss remains a mystery, so don't count on it being another dragon yet. All of this action takes place at the new level cap of 90 and in the brand new region of Valentia. The Dragon's Prophet storyline will bring players into Valentia's mountainous lava regions in hopes of preventing a devouring dragon named Kronos from reawakening. Infernum has also worked to clean up more of Dragon Prophet's bugs, as the latest patch contains improved localizations and fixes for several public encounters. And finally, 3 new adventure dungeons have been added for those not quite ready to step into the realm of raiding. New to Kickstarter is an MMORPG set in the Regency period of England, the time of the literary works of Jane Austen, entitled Ever Jane. Developed by 3 Turn Productions, the game's prototype, which you can download and play now, has a small village and limited character options. According to Tyre, the goal of the Kickstarter is to expand the game, offering larger estates, parsonages, and cities. Instead of destroying dragons, we use gossip to destroy our enemies, explains 3 Turn CEO Judy Tyre in the project's video. While traditional MMOs have epic raids, Everjane features extravagant balls and gentle hobbies such as landscaping, sewing, and embroidery. Characters in Everjane have personality traits like kindness, happiness, and duty, and can send invitations to people they like while spreading vicious rumors about those that they don't, the equivalent of the game's PvP. According to the FAQ posted on Kickstarter, Everjane will use a hierarchical revenue model, whereby free players are essentially dirty peasants who have 3 months to find a job or starve. Incremental payments will raise your standing in life, all the way up to the royal estate, title, and your own town. Everjane's Kickstarter campaign has until the end of November to raise the $100,000 3-turn production says it needs to complete the MMO. Call me jaded, but the majority of recent LEGO games have all been about pushing one particular story, instead of allowing players to create their own. That being said, there's still a whole lot of fans interested in the current style of LEGO games. LEGO Minifigures Online represents Funcom's take on that style, set in an MMO universe. The MMO was announced back in August and has now opened signups for closed beta. Early participants may get in as soon as this month, with more being added over time before open beta early next year. Minifigures will not be allowing players to create their own mishmash character, instead opting to have players collect close to 100 unique characters, including the chicken suit guy. These characters act as rudimentary classes and possess different abilities. A valid trade-off? You decide. If you still don't have a key for Hearthstone, you won't have to wait much longer. The online TCG will be going into open beta in December, or maybe January. Blizz time. Definitely soon, TM. During last week's Blizzard convention BlizzCon, designers Eric Dodds and Ben Brode revealed the studio had invited over 1 million players into the closed beta since it began in August. In the near future, Blizzard plans on nerfing several cards deemed too powerful, as well as overhauling ranked play. New rewards for ranked players will also be added, including special card backs and a golden class avatar with custom animations for those who played 500 ranked games with that class. Long-term, Blizzard plans to include revamped effects, the ability to reconnect to games in progress, and special single-player challenges. Those looking to get their card game fix on the go can do so in the second half of next year when Blizzard releases Hearthstone on iOS and Android devices, including phones. And the game of the week is Neverwinter. Neverwinter is an MMORPG developed by Cryptic Studios and published by Perfect World Entertainment. Set in the Dungeons & Dragons universe, Neverwinter features rich visuals and immersive story-driven gameplay. Players can choose from over 11 different races and one of several unique classes. Characters can even be given their own backstory, allowing players to choose where they are from and writing their own personal history. As players adventure, they will be able to earn trustworthy companions which level independently of the player and can be equipped with their own items. Neverwinter features action-oriented combat, meaning players must aim their spells if they wish for them to connect. Creative players can access the Foundry within Neverwinter, which lets you build and share adventures created within the game. These dungeons can feature their own carefully crafted storylines, complete with surprise endings and triggered events. Once finished, players can post their adventures and rate those created by other players, highlighting the best for others to see. Neverwinter released its first expansion, Fury of the Feywild, earlier this year, with plans to launch its second expansion, Shadowmantle, soon. If forging a path in a dark world full of monsters and an undead sorceress appeals to your inner adventurer, be sure to check out Neverwinter. That is going to be all on this week's episode of Free-to-Play Weekly. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment in the comment section below. And be sure to head over to MMOBomb.com for more free-to-play action. Until next time, Natsumii out.